Hey guys, what is going on? Thank you so much for tuning in to my channel. I'm Dr. Linz, and today we're going to go over a very common question that I get, and that is, what did I do when I got off birth control? What did I do to help myself and my body when I got off birth control? But before we get into it, go ahead, subscribe, hit that subscribe button, give this video a like, throw a comment down at the bottom when we're done. It helps me out so much to know that I'm helping you, and you can always be in the know when we upload new videos. Okay, let's go ahead and get into this very common question. Now, if you do not know, I was on birth control for an upwards of 10 years. Okay, so I've been off of it now for about 3 years, and let me tell you, it is a journey to heal the body when getting off of something like birth control, just like with any other kind of medication. I got on birth control because my menstrual cycles were really heavy, bad cramping, I'd miss classes, nausea was horrible, and the only answer my mom and I knew when I was younger was what the doctor told us, and that was birth control. It is a synthetic or fake way to control our hormones, balances them out with that birth control pill. But as we continue to take this birth control, what it can do is start to wreak havoc or break down certain systems in our body. But before I get into the top 3 things that I did for my body, some things that I've been told from other women and things I've experienced as well is I'm really bloated all the time no matter what I eat. Constipation or poop problems, headaches, okay, unexplained headaches, constant headaches, acne, and also things like weight gain too. These are all common complaints that I've seen on my end with talking to women and things that I've experienced as well. Okay, ready for numero uno thing that I did actually before I got off of birth control was to help replenish my micronutrients, which is like, okay, what is that? Vitamins and minerals that our body needs to function as far as creating hormones, as far as feeling more energized, as far as helping our liver function, which we're going to get into here in a moment. But vitamin depletion is real when we have been on birth control for a long time. So vitamin E, C, B, zinc, magnesium are all things that eventually our body can become deficient in as we've been on birth control for a very long time. So what kind of foods was I implementing in? Well, the general concept here is going to be the less processed, the more nutrient dense, the more real the food, the better for our body, because that's going to have more vitamins and minerals in whole, real food. So I stayed away from inflammatory foods, up to healthy anti-inflammatory foods, okay? So things like nuts, seeds, Brazil nuts are fantastic, okay, in selenium. So really eating a diversification to help replenish our micronutrient stores, as well as work on just macronutrients, so feeding our body with the proper portions of food is amazing. And that's one of the big things why I created the Daily Feel Good, which has whole real food meal plans and has recipes that are whole real foods with macronutrients and calories. It really is going to essentially bring our body out of just surviving and into thriving mode, which our body needs extra help with that, with being on birth control for so long, and again, depletes our body, okay? Number 2 is a big one, okay? This is a big one here, so let's pay attention. This is what I needed to pay attention to for a very long time, and I still do to this day. And what is it? What is it, Dr. Linz? Heal the gut. Because when someone like me has been on birth control for a very long time, it can create things like intestinal hyperpermeability, which is a very long fancy word for leaky gut. It can cause increased inflammation in the gut and cause gut dysbiosis, which is an imbalance of good and bad bacteria. All of these things combined can attribute to things like being bloated for no good darn reason, or having poop problems all the dang darn time. Me. So it can really break down essentially the gut lining, increase inflammation, and create a plethora of problems, including our body not being able to absorb those micronutrients from point number 1, because that's part of our digestive system. Our gut's role is to actually absorb those vitamins and minerals from our food and supplementation. So you can see how maybe healing that gut for me has been essential to really bringing my body into that thriving mode after getting off of birth control. So the two things I tried, I tried generic probiotics, I tried generic glutamine, and I saw no change. I legitimately took these things for a long time, probably about a year after, and the quality was not there for these supplements. So I had to find a good quality supplement, and I started taking two things. One, OptiGreens 50, that is my daily gut supplement. It has probiotics that have been heavily researched to help restore the gut microbiome, okay, to help get rid of that gut dysbiosis, the imbalance of good and bad bacteria. And number two, it also has digestive enzymes. So it's going to help our body break down our food, helping that bloaty feeling that we have, and really just create a good gut balance for ourselves. So a daily gut supplement, OptiGreens 50 is what I took, and also recommend to a lot of my ladies who have had great success. I actually recommend this to like 99.9% of people that I help, because it's just that big of a game changer. And I'm telling you, I've tried other things and it didn't help me. Number two thing I added in as far as supplement goes is going to be what's called GI Advantage. I'll link both of these below, okay, so you can check them out. The GI Advantage is really cool because it has gut healers. It's going to help decrease gut inflammation. It's going to help seal up that gut lining. Remember how I talked about leaky gut? It's going to help seal up that gut lining. And so when I take these two in congruency, I notice a big difference. I have a lot better poops, to be honest. And also it just helped balance out my gut microbiome again. Okay, so those are the two things I recommend. And on top of that first point, which is real whole food, micronutrient dense foods, okay, that first point, then adding these two in really helped restore my gut, which was broken down so much from taking birth control for so long. Okay, number three is something you might not think about, but it's actually rebooting our liver. What? Our liver is responsible for detoxing. Hey, Dr. Linz, I want to detox. What do you recommend? Well, our liver is one of those detoxification systems that are natural to our body. But the thing is, when we take something like birth control for long periods of time, it can start to break down something that has to work so hard to detox with birth control. It can start breaking it down. Our liver highly relies on B vitamins, and this is something that becomes depleted or deficient in when we're on birth control for so long. So we need to help our liver reboot. So number one thing I like to recommend and take is called Liver Detox. Again, I'll put it below so you can check it out. This is going to have herbs in it that, again, have been shown to help the liver detox, so then it can function to detox. Does that make sense? Because again, these certain systems I'm talking about are in a deficiency from being on birth control for so long, and that's why we're noticing these hormonal issues essentially when coming off of this birth control, because it's been controlling our hormones for so long. Number two is the food part to helping the liver. We have things like beets. Personally, I don't like beets, just being honest. Carrots, kale, these are all great foods. Then we have dandelion root and burdock root, which are two roots that are actually in the liver detox supplementation. So all in all, when I'm talking about these supplements, I was doing the nutrition part, seeing no change. My body needed help with some good quality supplementation, because that's what supplements are for, to supplement in to help rejuvenate my body essentially. Again, just to recap, when I was on birth control for so long, my body was used to being synthetically or fake controlled to have my hormones function a certain way. So when I took out this birth control, my body didn't know what to do. It's in a deficiency. It was broken down so much from taking the birth control because my body was relying on this. And when taking this pill for so long, my body's systems had to work extra hard to process this, and there's effects, down the road, like leaky gut. So these are things that I have worked on and I continue to work on to this day. If you have any questions, put it below in the comments. If you've had similar experiences, put it below in the comments. Don't forget to give this video a like if it helped you out, and subscribe to my channel. Again, all supporting links are down below. I appreciate your guys' support so much, and I hope that this was helpful to you. All right, guys, we'll talk to you later.